Hello and welcome to another episode of Rob's Ramblings here on the Bucks and Six channel. And today at the Brown Table of Sports Card Collecting, I'm going to talk about curating my collection, which is something I have had just a blast doing over the last couple of days. And I had some help from some friends, and I want to make sure I give credit where it's due. First of all, I've just got a couple of stands here on the Brown Table. My son has produced these stands, and if you've been watching my channel at all, you know I kind of have trouble with those when I'm putting cards in there that are slabs. They work really nicely for ungraded cards or just cards that were in top loaders. But when I put the heavier cards, they tend to tip over. So I gave him the task of trying to design. He 3D prints these things, and he's really got a knack for that. So he designed a stand that's going to be more designed for the bigger cards, the slabs. And so he just used the bright green isn't necessarily the color that we're going to go forward with making a bunch of, but that was the color he had in the printer. And so we're going to see how it works, and I think that's going to hold up to the larger cards. But anyways, I'm going to start out by showing a couple of cards I recently purchased from the new release of Stadium Club from 2025. One of the parallels that they have in that release is this light blue parallel, and I think that those cards are just super sharp with the Brewer colors, and that's my team. So I picked up a few. This is the William Contreras. Just love that light blue parallel with my Slab City logo there and the MagPro flip. And the yellow in the writing matches the yellow in his vest, and the light blue obviously is a match for the Brewers. So that was a beautiful card. I bought a handful of those. Only a couple of them have arrived. But the other one that has arrived is this Bryce Terang, who's tearing it up in the World Baseball Classic for the United States. He's got 4 hits through his 2 starts. So I think he's got like 3 doubles. So he's doing really well. But anyways, this card I thought again was just beautiful. The light blue parallel and the Stadium Club photography is just fantastic. So I'm going to see if I can get this to sit in my new stand there. It's a little bit in the glare. I don't know if I can get it out of the glare. Maybe if I angle it like that, it's not quite in the glare as much. So I'm going to leave those 2 cards up in the backdrop of this episode. And this episode is really largely going to be credited to my friend Jeff over at A Fine Card Collector. What he did for me is he took my Slab City logo, and I had reached out to him, and I don't even remember what we were talking about to begin the conversation. We were texting about something totally unrelated, and then I just said, "Hey, by the way, I know you said that you could take and help people adjust their MagPro flips," and so I asked him if he'd be able to recreate my logo with a variety of different colors. And of course, he was all about it. He's super helpful. Jeff is just a fantastic guy. And on his weekend, he took a bunch of time out of his weekend and put together a whole bunch of different color schemes for me, and sent me the files, and I immediately printed them off. I printed the labels off in photo paper, and it just worked out really great. And so what I've got today is just a stack of cards. It's a pretty big stack, and I like to ramble, so hopefully I'll keep this episode to a reasonable length. But these cards just turned out so great. I've had so much fun just picking out colors for the different cards that I think look great. Obviously, like these 2 were perfect for my original color scheme, which was the dark blue and the light blue background and the yellow lettering. But I've got a bunch of other cards that I feel would look better in the other color schemes. So I'm going to just go through my stack and show you what Jeff was able to do for me, and hopefully you enjoy it. So the first one I've got, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, there's going to be a lot of golf cards in today's episode because it's getting to be golf season. The Players Championship is next weekend, or coming up here in a couple of days, actually, is starting. But this Tiger Woods is my favorite, one of my favorite Tiger Woods cards I have, probably my favorite Tiger Woods card. And this was a PSA slab, but I think that the green and white Slab City look better than the PSA slab. So I just put that over the top of it. You can still see the red background on that, the PSA coming through there, but the Slab City, I think, matches this with the green and white. So that was a beautiful color match. The next few here are going to be black and white. And this card is just gorgeous in this black and white Slab City label. This is a Gallery of Greats Jackie Robinson card. I've always loved this card. It just is beautiful the way it shines with that background with the rainbow coloring. And these cards really are very inexpensive if you have any inclination for liking these cards. There are several retired greats in this set. You can pick them up for fairly cheap if you're buying the base cards. I mean, there are parallels that are quite expensive, but this base card looks beautiful, and I just love the way that black label works with it. Another golf card here. This is an Arnold Palmer. We just came off of Arnie's tournament down in Florida, and it was exciting right down to the end. But Arnold Palmer, I thought this black and white photograph worked really well with the black Slab City label. So really love that card. I always have loved this card, but now I have kind of a reinvigorated affection for it because now I can show it off with the new flip. In this card, I showed this card not too long ago on the channel. This is the Thurman Munson, the famous Thurman Munson card that I had previously shown on the channel with the gold cup in my blue and yellow Slab City label. It didn't look quite as nice as it does with the black and white. Now, there are infinite numbers of color schemes I could try, and I know I already have bugged Jeff enough times to give me a whole bunch of different color schemes, but I mean, this one could go well with a black and green, or maybe even a black and yellow, but I just went with the black and white for this one. There's only so many hours in the day that we have to create different color schemes. So that's all of the black and white labels. And the next few here are going to be blue and white. And this one I thought was just perfect for the blue and white Slab City with the blue and the Royals and the blue background and then the white jersey that Bo is wearing. This is the 1986 Topps Traded. If you're not familiar with this card, I think this Slab City color scheme just makes this card pop even more than it did before. Love that card. Another one in the blue and white Slab City label here. This is an autographed card of Ryan Kessler, and obviously it's an acetate. It's Glacial Graphs is the title of the insert set, but Ryan Kessler acetate autograph is one of my favorite cards in my hockey collection, and I think the Slab City blue and white label makes it look even better. Another blue and white Slab City. This one is a Jackson Churio, commemorating the fact that he was the first Major League player to record a 20 home run plus 20 steal season at the age of 20, and just love the shine on this with the blue glitter and then the blue Slab City. Again, I could have put this in my original color scheme. It might go even better because it does have the yellow lettering, but something about this blue and white I thought made this one look really sharp. I've just been having a blast with these the last couple of days. Jeff and I have been working together on these labels, and he's been calling me with questions, and hopefully I was able to articulate what I wanted without frustrating him too much. But here's another one with the blue and white. This one, again, I've shown on the channel a few times. This is a gift I got from Shane over at Shoebox Legends. He sent me this Willie O'Ree Upper Deck Exclusives card, and I thought that the blue and white label really worked well with this because of the color schemes of the jerseys being blue and white. Just absolutely love this card, and now I love it even a little bit more now that I can show it with this particular color of Slab City label. So those are the blue ones. Now the next few, I know I showed some black and white ones before. Now this one is more white background and a black banner, and I think it goes well with these cards. This card of the 74 Topps Carlton Fisk, it's just an iconic photograph. This is one of the better Carlton Fisk cards. I mean, the Carlton Fisk is one of those guys who has so many fantastic cards in his run. The 77 Topps is one of my favorite photographs of any baseball card, but this one is fantastic, and I love the way that this black banner with the white border looks with this one. So really love that one. I've talked about this card a few times. This is a cool Papa Bell Topps tribute card, and I have got a fairly extensive Topps tribute collection, and I think of all of the Topps tribute cards I have, I think this is probably my favorite. I just love the way this one looks, the shine, the rainbow, and the Slab City with the black and white label, I think makes this look great. So there's that one. And then I have another golf card here. This is a Goodwin Champions Tiger Woods with the kind of a silver look to it, but I think it looks fantastic with the black and white flip label. So there's another beautiful card. Just love the way these cards look with these labels. I know I'm kind of broken record here going through all these. I just love curating my collection. I have so much fun getting into that part of the hobby. You know, it's a way that we can all enjoy the hobby without having to buy anything. I mean, the last 2 days I've had as much fun in the hobby as I can remember in a very long time, and I haven't had to buy any cards to do it. All I've been doing is talking with a buddy that I met on the internet who lives across the other side of the country. That's number one. That's been a blast too, just kind of getting to know people that are willing to help. And then just sitting down with my cards and looking at the color schemes and trying to enhance what they already looked like. All right, we'll keep on going. I've got another little stack here. I know I've been rambling on quite a bit, but the next color scheme is red. And I've got a red and white banner here. And this is one of my favorite basketball cards. This was a gift from my brother, Big Al. This is an autographed Terry Cummings card. It just looks really sharp, and I previously had it in a Slab City case with my original color scheme with the blue and yellow, and it just didn't really do it for me. But now with the red border on this card and the red label, really looks great. So that's a beautiful card. Another golf card coming up next. If you know anything about the history of golf or the recent history of golf, you know that on Sundays, Tiger Woods always wore red. And so this card here is a beautiful card. And you can see that it's numbered to 200, but it shows a classic Tiger Woods pose wearing his red shirt. And now I've got the red Slab City label to go with it. I think it looks just fantastic. Beautiful card here. And then I've got another Tiger Woods card wearing red on a Sunday as well. This is a Skybox Metal Universe card. It's got some nice rainbow shine, but this red Slab City label going with his shirt, and then the kind of the background color, just beautiful the way this looks, I think. So that's another Tiger Woods. Now keeping on the golf theme, my favorite golfer of all time was Payne Stewart, and I've got several Payne Stewart cards. And a lot of them I actually had sent in to get graded. But there is one Payne Stewart card that I hadn't got graded. It's just a real inexpensive card. Maybe it's $1 card. It's a Pro Set card showing him wearing Packer colors. And so I put this in. One of the color schemes I asked Jeff to create for me was the dark green banner with the Packer yellow. and then the lighter green on the outside of it. And so I thought that was perfect for this Payne Stewart card. And Jeff, being a Bears fan, was still willing to create the Packer color scheme for me. So I appreciate that. So beautiful Payne Stewart card, one of my favorites. Now keeping on to the green and yellow color scheme, of course I have some Packer cards that are going to go well with this. And this is another graded card. And so this was a PSA graded card, and this one is not quite on there straight. I'm going to have to straighten out that label. You can see it's got the PSA slab with the red border, but I've got that covered up with the green and yellow Slab City label. So this is a Nick Collins. And this one is numbered to 99. Just a beautiful card. You can see the back of it. But anyways, this is one of my favorite Packer cards. Nick Collins, if you're not familiar with him, he tragically kind of had his career cut short with a neck injury the year after the Packers, after he actually scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl for the Packers when they beat the Steelers. So sad to have his career cut short, but he's one of my favorite Packers, so I've bought that card to commemorate his contributions to that Super Bowl team. Now, another iconic card here that I thought would go perfectly with that green and yellow Slab City logo is my version of the Rickey Henderson rookie card. And again, this is a PSA slab. The grade on this is, I think, a 6, but I think it looks much better than a 6, but that's why the number on it, I didn't really care about it too much, so I covered up the number with my Slab City logo, and I think this looks perfect with this card, the green and yellow combination. And it's not an exact match to the color, but I think it still looks great together. Well, there's that card. Now, I'm getting down to the end here. I promise I've been rambling on for over 15 minutes. I'm going to try to cut it off at around 20 if I can. But the last 4 are all Slab City slabs that are kind of a gold and black color scheme. And I had Jeff just highlight ever so slightly with a hint of red because I felt that would go perfectly with my Canucks. But it goes well with a lot of other cards as well. So the first one, I think this just looks absolutely fantastic. This is the black and yellow Slab City label with this Bob Uecker card that I got from Card Wolf. He sent this to me, I don't know, about a couple months ago as part of a care package. And this card I had previously put in Slab City with the blue and yellow, but I think it looks so much better in this new color scheme. Just love the way that card pops now. It's not in great condition. It's not centered very well, but I will never, ever want another copy of this card because of where it came from. I think it looks fantastic in the Slab City new color scheme. The next one is Hank Aaron, and this is just a beautiful card. This is the Finest Timelines card. They've made several of these cards, and at the bottom of these cards, you can see they have the radio or the television broadcasting quote of the announcer for the moment that was being photographed here. And this is Hank Aaron's record-breaking home run. What a marvelous moment for the country and the world. That's what the words that were being uttered as he broke the record. And I think this beautiful gold card looks fantastic with the new Slab City label. So I love that card. I always have, but love it just a little bit more now that we've got that color scheme. I have 2 more cards to go. The next one is another golf card, and this is another Payne Stewart. And this is just beautiful. Let's see if I can get it in the light without it getting the glare. It's hard to get this one to show up without getting the glare, but you get the idea. This is a kind of a gold foil atrium or Aurum card artifact, and it's a Payne Stewart. And I'm having a hard time getting the lighting to work. It looks much better in hand than I'm getting it to look in the lighting, but just a beautiful Payne Stewart card, kind of that foil surface. And we've got the Slab City. Maybe that, I'm still struggling. Maybe that's the best angle to get it at, with the Slab City black and yellow label at the top. And then finally, the last one, I thought that this one was maybe the most aesthetically pleasing to my eye anyways card. This is a Pavel Bure Topps Finest, and I apologize, I should have done the research. I don't remember what year this is. Looks like it's 96, but this card just shines, and then that Slab City black and yellow logo with a little bit of a hint of a red in that lettering really kind of pops with the old school flying skate Canucks jersey. So this card, I think, really epitomizes the whole idea why I wanted to get these labels in various colors, because this card, if I just put it in a yellow and blue label, it wouldn't look nearly as nice as the black and gold with the yellow and red lettering. So I've had just a ball here the last couple of days. I want to thank Jeff one more time for all of the time and effort that he put into creating all these labels. Appreciate that so much. I can't thank you enough. I mean, I've already in 2 days, I've had more fun in the hobby with these labels than should be legally allowed. And this is just scratching the surface. Moving forward, I know I'm going to enjoy those for a long time to come. So appreciate it so much. And he's just a guy that I met on YouTube. Just really have a lot of appreciation for this community, and really has enhanced my enjoyment of the hobby. So with that, I've rambled on way too long as it is. So I'll sign off. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Just the message here is that you can enjoy this hobby without buying cards. You can just enjoy the cards that you have and curate them. And I've had more fun with that than I have buying cards. So with that, I'll sign off. Until next time, everybody, enjoy the hobby and stay true to yourself.